June 22nd, 2026, Matthew 6:7. And when you pray, do not babble on like pagans, for they think that by their many words they will be heard. Colossians 3:23-24. Whatever you do, work at it with your whole being, as for the Lord and not for men, because you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as your reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Loneliness is a dark place. Emptiness seems to surround you. Then your beloved enters. The love of your spouse is a bright and glowing candle that lights every corner of your solitary aloneness. Hebrews 1:3. The sun is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of His nature, upholding all things by His powerful word. After He had provided purification for sins, He sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high. Reflection. Because our life is an endless prayer, the theatrics of wordy monologue are much like Memorial Day. We attempt to impress the living and call it honoring the dead. By focusing on the work as unto the Lord, we fulfill the divine purpose and bring His glory into the focus of everything. God Himself is our inheritance. He brings us from the toil of our own existence into the glory of His majesty. Even if we are surrounded by many people, there is a loneliness that exists to draw us into stillness and away from noise. Because He is our reward, we can find immediate benefit in the joy of the Lord. Much like the presence of our beloved, Christ enters and our soul awakens. He is the undeniable longing of our moral center. Being alone brings us a level of peace only fulfilled by God. We can sustain distractions and keep our focus diverted from His provision and purpose. Our true love will ground us in the foundation of His loving devotion. This peace will become the full experience of our being when our true love is with us. Much like Christ, even the awareness, the thought, and knowledge of our beloved's closeness brings us into the comfort only experienced through loving devotion. Jesus became the only manifestation of God's loving devotion and the completed heavenly calling by living God's perfect life of the law and satisfying the judgment of God through the Passover sacrifice that brought atonement to all of humanity for every generation. Prayer. Thank you for the simple prayer that reveals your glory and gives us a preference for our moral center. May we embrace your loving devotion and fulfill the persuasion of love within our lives each day, every day.
Closer than the breath that fills my lungs, nearer than my whispered prayer. You are my treasure, my inheritance, my joy beyond compare. Jesus, in your loving presence, I find that you are always there. Not by many words repeated, not by striving to